I think that is super clutch. I have no idea if you guys can hear me or not, but I'm stuck in the storm, so I figured I'd do an update video. I know I haven't done a video in a long time. A lot has changed since last recording. I have several videos I just never posted, but they're so updated. I really don't see the point. But I'm going to quickly run down what I have going on right now and obviously some of the new developments. And basically, I'm trying to figure out if I start posting again. So what I got running right now, I got all these Optiminers plus some rigs up there. Um, Total about 170 GPUs. Plus, I have all my remaining A9s and V11s slash V15s. Some of this Z11s are my dad's, and my one Z15s are my dad's. I want to get more Z15s, but I've been selling off a lot of the A9s, but I ended up reinvesting some of the A9 money into 56, 5060 Ti's, 8 gig. Um, I don't know if I'm going to keep them. I might return them to Amazon. I don't know. But I mostly did that for Pearl, and they were really efficient. So, like, worst case, I end up replacing my 3070 with 5060 Ti's, better and with less power. The other thing, obviously, I have some CMP 140HXs. I'm trying to buy a few more back that I sold for cheap. I don't know if you guys know or not, but they're unlocked. Memory came out, and now these have 64 to 80 gigabytes of RAM. It's crazy. So I actually just built that server right there with 10 of them. I just don't have UPS mail to mail connectors. So I'm going to order 10 of those connectors, maybe 12, because I might need two more. My whole laptop. Basically, what my plan is, I'm going to put these two in my TrueNAS server at home and maybe run some local AI models with these, since just these two GPUs is like 120 gigs of crazy. Equivalent of like what, 55090s or 4090s. Now, granted, these are not as strong as the A100, but they are still very good. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I do have an idea of what I'm going to use that server for, other than just AI. I know right now you can't use uh, for Vax.ai yet because it doesn't show up in the driver to show the generic device. Um, so we'll see. But this journey has definitely been a ride. There was definitely a solid 6 to 8 months where both sheds were turned off, and I got pretty screwed by T-Swift. Um, but it ended up keeping all the GPUs, and I would have ended up being okay, but I had to wait on the hardware for a long time. I still have both sheds. The other one was completely turned off with a bunch of empty cases, a couple of my older Polaris cards that I really just need to purge off and use that capital somewhere else. Well, I can't get much from a lot of those 470s, but uh, anything is better than what we're doing right now. I personally believe we are near the end of this Bitcoin bear market, part of the 4 year cycle, and that, you know, maybe we go down to 50,000 at like the absolute low, but I really think that the 60,000, 59,000 was the low for the cycle, and the next few months we'll start seeing just the hints of the bull run starting to take off. Is what I'm kind of hoping on. Ideally, my future plans would be to sell off the remaining of my A9s and maybe even the Z11s and swap those into Z15 Pros. I really like Zcash. My friend also has a coin called Kurgan that I've been supporting. I'm actually running some of the servers for them. Um, I really like that project, and one of the ASICs, one of the algorithms they use is uh, Equihack, the ASIC version. So I kind of figure, worst case, I just use it on my friend's algo. But I would love to have 10 to 12 Z15 Pros. You know, that's a lot of money. And they're going for like 7,000, so that's 70 to 80 some $1,000 and just Z15s. But I have, when I first bought all these A9s, that I had two batches for $50,000 each. Um, So I have 100. I spent $100,000 on just my A9s several years ago, and obviously they had made their money back several times over at this point. Right now, they're still making money. I have them all solar mining Zcash. They actually just did a block earlier today, which is crazy. So it's like $700 every time it does that. Um, and I've made 55,000, not profit, 55,000 total since I turned my A9s back on. I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. Granted, a lot of that goes to electricity, but definitely not all of it. So I'm trying to make better decisions this time, but I really kind of like the last year and a half has been really rough with my financial situation. This was I had more debt than I would have liked at the end of the bull run. 2021, things went away, and then I made some bad decisions with the cash flow. I did well the first round. Second round, I went all in again and lost $50,000. Um, I should have sold the miners. I had several opportunities to sell when they were going down in price, and I decided to hold on. And I got greedy, and I definitely paid the price for that. I lost, like I said, $50,000. Um, but I worked my way back up, and right now I still have a little bit of debt because of T Switch screwing me over, but other than that, I'm doing okay. So I hope you guys are all doing well. If you guys, want me to start uploading more, definitely leave it down in the comments down below. I'm still in this for the long run. I'm still very much a crypto bull. I I love doing this stuff. Like I'm very passionate about this. And when people say, if you're passionate about something, you'll never work a day in your life. Yeah, there's definitely days where I don't feel like doing these things, especially when I was facing these CMP 170 HXs for T-Swift. Even though he was paying me well for it, it sucks because I literally had to repaste 250 CMPs 170 HXs. If you guys want me to do a video strictly on the T-Swift story and all of that, definitely leave a comment down below. I can make a pretty long video on that alone. So I think my rain is lit up, and this video I'm going to ramble on if I just keep going. But I wanted to let you guys know kind of what I'm doing. I am looking at I did order 13 more CMP 170 HX. Like I said, I am trying to buy 40. If I end up getting 40 more, that's a lot of compute power. If we can ever increase on Bass.ai, if nothing else, I think they're worth $2,000 to $3,000 a piece. Right now, they're selling for like 1,100 on eBay, but we'll see where the price ends up. It's still really early on in the CMP life, so I'm glad I at least have some of them. I have 20 more that I just dropped off at a shop today to get repaired. So yeah, my life is doing good. Oh, I did get married. That's kind of my personal life, but I am married now. Don't have any kids yet. Yeah, this is the server. So the 4-node server line, and I got this really cheap. I ended up paying like $600 or something like that, and it has a terabyte and a half of DDR4 RAM in it, which is crazy. I really probably just sell this server because it's worth a lot more than what I paid for, just the RAM alone. But I really want to fill up these racks with those kind of servers, with newer versions, and use this as like an AI data center. I have 2.5 gig fiber here, so I think I have a really good setup to do it. A unique one compared to like a home miner. I already have a 32 port 10 gig switch, and this giving me MSC can definitely do more. I can go to 10 gigs. We're talking about I have Xfinity here now, not my Lumos like I used to have. And they don't allow, I have to have the router. So I have a router behind the router right now. Really dumb. I don't know what not a whole lot I can do about that unless another fiber provider comes through or I switch some things up with my other person that lives here. For now, it's not ideal, but I can make it work. But yeah, Pick the Clutch signing off. If anyone wants some JVODs, hit me up. I just see them out of here. I got way too many of them. Yeah, peace out.